and be home in half an hour. Maybe the air gave me the drive, for I'm all aglow and alive. What a day this has been, what a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I would swear I was falling. I could swear I was falling. It's almost like being in love.
When I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. And while combing my hair now, and wondering what dress to wear now, I say a little prayer for you. Forever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever, together. That's how it must be to live without you. Would only be heartbreak for me. I run for the bus stand, but while riding I think of us still. I say a little prayer for you. And at work I just take time, and all through my coffee break time, I say a little prayer for you. Forever, ever, stay in my heart, and I will love you forever, ever. Together. How it must be to live without you. Would only be heartbreak for me. Nobody but me. Forever, ever, stay in my heart, and I will love you forever, ever. Together. How it must be to live without you. Would only be heartbreak for me. My darling, believe me. For me there is no one but you. Please love me too. I'm in love with you. Answer my prayer. Answer my prayer, baby. Answer my prayer. Say you love me too. Answer my prayer. Answer my prayer, baby. Answer my prayer. And forever, I will love you forever, ever. I love you together. How it must be to live without you. Would only be heartbreak for me. Oh, nobody but me. My darling, believe me. For me there is no one but you. Please love me too. This is my prayer. Answer my prayer now, baby. This is my prayer. Answer it right now, baby. Say you love me too. Answer my prayer. This is my prayer, baby. I'm in love with you.
Well, hello, good afternoon. How the devil are you? What an interesting weekend I've had. How about your lovely good selves? Yeah, it started a little bit of a bun fight on Twitter, which is good because I do like to make myself perfectly clear. And sometimes sometimes I think what happens is people think I'm some tedious woman that thinks unless you're going to get raped, we have no right to be away from men. Look, let me just put you in the picture. I'm a woman very, very comfortable in my own skin. Really comfortable. I'm so comfortable in my own skin that when I don't like things and things make me feel uncomfortable or I just don't like them very much, I actually feel I have the right to say it. And that's what I did. And I'm going to say it again, and then you can all really understand, and you can tune in, and there can be some of you that go, but J.K. Rowling said men can wear what they want. Yeah, I never said that. I didn't ever say that. Dress how you please. I don't agree with that. I don't agree that if you want to wear a fucking G-string and crop top to work, and work on the checkout in Tesco's, I don't want to see it. I don't actually agree. I don't even want to see women's shoulders on television. I just this is just how I feel. I know many, many women who go to have their nails done and insist on a woman because they don't want a man touching their hands. They just don't want a man doing it. They don't feel comfortable with men doing it. And I say, good for you, women. So anyway, I went to a makeup counter. I don't know if you noticed, but I wear makeup. And I actually spend good money on makeup now. I never used to, but now I do. Anyway, I went to a thing and I was looking specifically for glitter because I'm only 50. And so I was looking specifically for glitter. And there was a Hulu counter in the Battersea boots. And so I went over, and as I approached, there was a guy doing his very best impression of Sue Pollard circa 1985. And I just thought, oh, for fuck's sake. So I didn't go. And it just got me thinking that often, I think it's the same as there's a Christian Dior counter in Bristol. Selfridges, I know, has an absolutely enormous bloke dressed as a woman. And then there's these blokes. And I also went into a women's shop the other day that was for women my age. Maybe at the youngest, you might be about 45 and shop there, but my age women. And there was a boy in there as well. And I just thought, what are you thinking? Not let's ban these men. But what was thinking in that who was anybody thinking about in that hiring process? If I'm going into a shop that's for women of my age and older because of the style of clothing and the price, do I want to come out of that? And he seemed like a really nice man. Do I want to come out of that changing room? Maybe I've gone without my husband or anybody else to give me advice. Am I coming out of that changing room and asking a 26-year-old bloke what he thinks of what I'm wearing? Because women have these codes. We have all these codes in language, And I go to a makeup counter now. I use quite a lot of lighting here. If you've seen me in the flesh, I've got crow's feet and I'm baggy and, my face is literally falling off my skull because I'm 50 and I used sunbeds far too much as a very young person. So I do very much look my age. And I'm fine by it. I'm absolutely fine. I don't need to look younger. However, women on makeup counters will say quietly, it's always quiet as well. It's not a man's voice. It's a quiet voice. Oh, you don't look your age. Oh, I wouldn't have said you were that. And then they make up some weird number that they say you might be. But also the vanity element of all of this as when a woman, when you do makeup, you get breathing distance to someone. And B, when you wipe off makeup, then I'm revealing something of myself that I don't generally reveal to strangers. And I certainly don't want that person to be a man. So I don't need it to be that I don't think men on makeup counters are going to ejaculate in my eyes. That's not why I don't want a man serving in a makeup counter. And I said belong because I actually think it wasn't very long ago where makeup counters did just have women. And now we've just done this bizarre thing where everyone's equal and we're not the same. Men and women are not the same. So, I'm going to have to get rid of you because I find you annoying, Elijah. Where are you? Let me just, there we go. So look, this is just what I'm saying. And it used to be all right. It used to be all right for women to say, "Oh, I don't like, oh, I don't want a man touching me. I'd rather, that not be a man, or I don't think men belong behind makeup counters." I haven't been hired by the government to set up a new kind of ruling on where men can and cannot be employed. I don't think men should be midwives. So stick that up your ass. I don't think men should be gynecologists. I wouldn't go to a single man who wanted to put his hand, whether he was a doctor or not, inside my vagina. So I just think there's loads of places. I wouldn't trust a daycare that had a male worker. So there. And I'm happy to say it. Do you know why? Because I'm totally secure that I'm not a man-hating weirdo. Um, I really like men. I absolutely love the fundamental differences between men and women. And that's why I'm happy to say that I do think there's many a situation that I don't want men involved. So there. It's just how I feel. It's just how I feel. Now, because I said I don't want men on makeup counters, some whiny little tantrum in man baby irrelevant tedious men. Oh, that's homophobic. And then some suck femmes, they've decided that actually saying that is authoritarian and totalitarian. I mean, fuck me. I just want to say that this ignoring of sex differences, this shit that we have to pretend, oh, it doesn't make any difference. It does make a difference. If someone is a man or a woman, it really does make a difference. 100% does make a difference. And these differences that you pretend don't exist, it doesn't mean that I then think a man can't lift a fucking Hoover or I can't lay a floor. I mean, come to my house. I fix my boilers. I can fix cars. I've laid a floor. I can fix our lawnmower. It's a ride on because I'm so fucking rich. I can fix our lawnmower. I can do anything, right? I am really technically, I'm a genius, a veritable genius. I can do that. But I do know that when it comes to caring roles, this idea that men and women do it and it's kind of equal is bullshit. It's just bullshit. And I don't think we should have to go along with it. And this idea that, oh, it doesn't matter what sex you are, you can be this and you can be that, that, it's just the same. A man can do this as well as a woman. That's not true. It's not true. And because you've tried to make that true, which is not true, you've tried to make it like men and women are equal, except for the nurture. Fuck off. It's not true. If men and women are equal and the only difference is our sex bodies, then why can't fucking men be women? Why can't they do that? What's the difference? Why would a penis stand in the way of a man being in a woman-only space? If they're the same, and if they're not, it doesn't mean that I don't want a man in my space because I think he's going to stick his penis in me. Just like, come on. No wonder many of you never lift off a fucking page in your lives. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever, right? It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I also dislike women on makeup counters. Yeah, well, you might dislike them. But, but I just, it doesn't, if gender exists, right? If I were to believe that gender exists, which I don't, because I think we are sex bodies, and I think our sex bodies informs every single part of us, right? And I think that then translates into certain stereotypes. It does. It just does. I buck many of them because I'm a very opinionated, confident woman. Like, I dare to be that thing. So that, I mean, the common aspect of this between MRAs and suck femmes is they all hate me because I'm a confident, kind of unashamed, like, I couldn't give a shit what you think about me woman. But I won't be misrepresented. And I do think you're all liars. So if we just have, let's say I believe in gender. Let's say I'm a complete fucking moron and I believe in gender, right? And like, gender is different to sex, and gender is blah blah blah. But sex body is, reproductive, and that's how we're treated, but it doesn't have any other influence on our whole lives. It does. But let's say I believe. Where is gender? Like, where is it? Let's say it's in my brain. Let's say gender is in my brain and it's informed by the expectation around me, right? So the expectation around me is that I'm quiet and I'm meek and I'm really bad at maths. Um and I'm very good at makeup, but I couldn't fix an engine. Or I couldn't hold my own in an argument, or seen and not heard, all this stuff, right? And it exists somewhere else, and it's nothing to do with the my body. It's my gender. Why can't a man have a gender of a woman? Like, why can't he? Why can't he? If you're going to say gender exists, like, why I don't get it. I don't get what you're talking about. I really don't understand what you're talking about at all. I don't want men and women only spaces, and I am also quite opinionated where it comes to where else I don't want men. Like, this is the same as, why can't a man join a feminist book club if he wants to? Why can't he? What difference does it make? Why would you want to exclude him from a feminist book reading thing? Like, you just would. When there's a man in a space, and I tell you, ladies, you do it worse than anyone, including women who are supposed to including women who call themselves feminists, which I find hilarious. They dance around penises like the penis has just reinvented language. And I will not do that. I'm not impressed. I couldn't give a shit if you're a man. I don't care. You're not special as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to start being all giddy. Oh, you said trans women and women. Oh my God, if you said it. Oh, if you said it, like, it must be true. Oh, you cut your own dick off. Well, if you said that you think women's sports are just for women, then, well, it must be true. Oh my God, it's so amazing. Like, if I'm nice to you as a person who's cut their dick off, then I must really be a very, very nice woman. Oh, he put lipstick on a woman, did he? Oh my God, it's so amazing. It's like the most amazing lipstick application I've ever fucking seen. That's what happens to men in women domains, right? So makeup counter, it was a frivolous comment. I just don't fucking like them on makeup counters. Like, not a single one of you. I don't give a shit if you're the best makeup artist in the world. That's fine. If I'm sitting behind in a television studio and I want my makeup done, that's a totally different ballgame. If I'm in public in a random, like, makeup counter, it's just nice, and it's just women. You just expect it to be women. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say about this. So it's just really interesting. Like, what about gay men? Like, gay men are men. I mean, I hope men understand that, especially gay men. I hope they understand that gay men are actually men. A substitute for a woman is not a gay man. It's not any type of man, but it's also not a gay man. And there's this idea that if you say that you don't want men somewhere, that really you're saying something else. I'm not saying anything else. I just don't want men at makeup counters. It just annoys me. It bothers me. It makes me feel like, why are you doing this? Can't you just do something else? Can't you just leave this to us? Can't we have this one thing? It's kind of what I think. But anyway, it's just, the thing is, there's decisions are made, right? Decisions are made on this, and those decisions will be in the hiring process. Just don't hire men. That's all I'm saying. And they might be really nice, and they might be amazing at makeup and everything, but I certainly know personal anecdote since this all kicked off. Personally, I've only talked to about 5 women. Every single one of them would not go to a makeup counter with a man on it. Like, if they needed advice or needed to ask a question, they just wouldn't go. They'd go to something else. Personally, when I was actually shopping for something quite expensive, and I went to the Dior counter, and because there was a bloke in a dress there, I just went to Chanel. I just went to a different store, because which obviously is my right. But me saying something on Twitter like men don't belong in behind makeup counters is not me saying I think we should have a rule now that they should all get the sack. And I hope no man is ever employed in makeup or some other disingenuous shit. Like, I don't think men should wear makeup. I don't care what men do. I just don't think. I just don't want to see them behind the counters of makeup stands. In addition, not around small children either. I think it's weird. This is really going to blow your mind, because I'm like a actual woman who actually says things, because I haven't had this layer of crappy socialization where I have to pretend that I'm really cool and accepting with everything, because I'm not. I don't want to see them around preschool children or even infant children. I just think no. I think women are better at it. Midwives. I wouldn't see a male gynecologist. I understand that the times have changed, but I wouldn't see a male gynecologist. I don't understand a man going into that for a good reason. Oh, what do you want to do? Oh, I just want to look at vaginas. Um, I'm sure that if a man had erectile dysfunction, I'm sure that if he had a choice, he'd choose a male GP. And if he wouldn't, that's not really any of my business. So, this person. Anyway, this is all this is all I'm saying. That I think that this whole kind of, oh, men can do it. Yeah, men can do our roles. Is very much part and parcel of then not being able to object to other stuff. Example, if we sort of say that there's no difference between a man being a carer in a baby's nursery or a woman, if we say that's no difference, why would then a man in a fetish be different? Like, what rule are you going to use then? Like, sex matters. 100%. Sex matters. It's like women have been socialized into wearing makeup. I'm very happy about that. Because I think the reason a lot of women wear makeup and make an effort is they want to be better looking than other women. And secondly, because they want men to be attracted to them. Right? That's it. And this idea that our socialization and being forced to wear it, then that we can't actually fucking own it, we can't have it, really annoys me. But like I said, look, I'm not like I'm not like other women. I don't want to pretend that it's fine. I do find men in women's clothing, especially when you can feel men in women's clothing. There is a very definite reason why they're wearing that clothing, and I think that if you don't know that, you're an idiot. And you can put how much of an idiot you are, and you can lay it all out for people to see. I don't know, write a fucking magazine. You're still an idiot if you don't understand the difference. And I don't know, maybe it's because I participate in the world like this. So maybe I have a different perspective. Maybe I just don't give a shit about looking reasonable and rational and lovely and tolerant and wonderful and kind, because it's just not my bag. I can't be arsed with it. I just haven't had um the the socialization. I don't care. I really, really don't care. Anyway, someone said I wear my makeup for me alone. I don't think anybody does. I don't think that's true. Otherwise, do you wear it when you're in the house, when you're on your own and nobody's going to knock on the door? Probably not. Okay. And people say, rightly or wrongly, I wear makeup. Look, I can pretend that I just wear it for me as well. and then we'll all be fine. It just wouldn't be true. it just wouldn't be true. Look, I'm very self-aware. Let's just say that. And I'm really self-aware. So anyway. And I just want to say, if by me speaking my opinion on something, then you don't agree, and therefore you're like, oh, I was following you, and then I don't care. Don't bother telling me. It doesn't matter. This is the whole of me. I'm an opinionated woman. You can have your opinions. You can voice them. I'll even give you a microphone to do so. But this sort of thing really annoys me. Number one, I just think I should be able to say whenever I want what I think people should do because it's fucking Twitter. And two, you can really, really disagree, but don't misrepresent me because it just means that you've lost already. And look, when it comes to men in women's spaces,
public toilets, and I piss on the seat.
So yeah. Okay. Look, I'm not going to change. I am still going to be speaking like this. And look, it's this bit. It's this kind of genuinely no shits. Couldn't give a fuck what you think of me. Don't care. It's that bit that means that I'm able, and I've been able over the last few years, to say the things that other people fear to say. So it's not, for me, it's not going to change anytime soon. And if you expect it to, then you're a bit silly. Anyway, I'm going to go and decorate that tree behind me, and you have a nice evening. But I might even go and take off my own makeup in a minute. So,
what a day this has been. What a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love.
If you can, speak into the void and don't change your mind. Don't. Look, I'm all for the double down. Over the kind of retreat. I'm all for the double down. And I'm definitely doubling down on this because I'm right. And I'm right because I said I don't think that men belong in makeup counters, and I'm right about that because that is exactly what I think. And to whiny man babies, gay or straight, you're still men. So grow up. Anyway, if you can keep speaking the truth, even when those around you want you to shut up, then I promise we will win. If you can just, find another job if you're behind a makeup counter and you've got a penis, then I promise we will win. No one's dying on this hill, Joey. And do you know why else we're going to win? Well, because I never lose.
Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I would swear I was falling. I could swear I was falling. It's almost like being in